Snubber FM. My old mum used to swear by thistledew. Snubber FM. I remember an old boy saying to me, Bronx Bones, best way of telling. My old mum used to swear by thistledew. Snubber FM.
Ahoy, Jez here. Things have been happening. As always, there's been lots going on, and I feel terrible for not keeping you up to date as and when things are happening, but such is life. Over the past couple of weeks, I've had to deal with things like fuel spillages leaking into my bilges, making the entire boat smell of fuel, which was nice. Some intense rain and discovering a few leaks or drip patches, let's call them. Not sure if it's heavy condensation. Actually, I am sure. It's leaks. But leaks in the roof, not in the floor. Different levels of severity there. A couple of rough nights at anchor where I've not been able to sleep the entire night through. And also my insulin pump has started to break. Pretty serious, as it is the one device that is literally keeping me alive. But not to worry too much, I am getting a replacement sent through. We'll be going to pick that up as soon as possible. But in today's video, I wanted to show you a few of the pieces of equipment that I use to travel the waters and sail the seas. First up is my touchscreen chart plotter. This is very similar to a in-car sat-nav. In fact, it's also made by Garmin. So very similar to a car sat-nav, just on water instead. It can track and trace where my boat is. It has an inbuilt anchor alarm. You can connect it up to the autopilot. So the autopilot will use the waypoints to actually steer you where you want to go using the chart plotter. And a whole load of other features and functions that I haven't even got to grips with yet. Then this is the autopilot. This is literally the second crewmate on the boat. And I can also use to set a course. Going by pushing. So if I want to go in a straight line, but I don't want to be doing all the steering by hand myself, so degree, the sail to deal with, or something on the deck that I need to deal with, or I need also to the toilet. Underneath, I can just put the autopilot on, and it'll steer me in a direction. I have my wind readout, my wind display, and my depth gauge. Again, both very important to find out how deep you are in the water. If you're getting shallower, where's good to anchor. The wind speed, obviously, so you can turn safely, change your sails, get your sails up, put your sails down, etc., etc. The screen on the top left is a speed display, which would show me speed over the ground, speed in the water, etc., etc. But unfortunately this isn't working. My chart plotter does give me my speed, as does the next thing I'm going to show you, Navionics. So Navionics is an app that I have on my phone. You can get it on iPads and tablets as well, which a lot of people do. And it's incredible. It's like a Garmin sat-nav again, but for the water. This time it'll actually plot routes out for you. So you can say, I want to go here. You put it in the search, you click boats to, and it'll give you a course of how to get to from A to B. It'll show you hazards in the way. You can zoom in and see the depth of all the waters that you're going to be going through. You can mark off anchorages and favourite spots, points of interest. You can also see which way the currents are going and at what times they are likely to change. This is invaluable for getting good speed in the water going to and from destinations. So you can plot your time according to the direction of the current. So you use the current to give you extra speed in the water. Otherwise you're going to be going into the current and it's going to be slowing you down. In a future video I'm sure I'll actually show you how the autopilot itself works and more real time live action videos of the chart plotter, navionics, wind, etc, etc. And then very finally I got one more piece of equipment that I'd like to show you, which is a new anchor snubber. Rather than building my own, doing a DIY anchor snubber, which I have been doing up until recently, after a couple of fairly rough nights at anchor, I decided to treat myself and get a proper one. So this is it. Basically spring and chain combined, and will give you just under another meter's worth of stretch, and it'll dampen all of the shock and snapping of the chain, which does make it quieter inside the boat at anchor. You don't get the clanging and the rubbing and the grinding of the chain. All of that is gone, which is a godsend. And also it's just not as violent in the boat during a rough night. The snubber is dampening the effects of the waves and the swell. There's no more this big tug or anything. It's all just nice and calm, and I'm very glad to have got this. As you can see, I've set it up here with 2 lines coming up from it either side, 2 cleats on the bow of the deck. So anyway, as I said, lots been going on. I'll keep you up to date with all things boat and health as I get there. Alright, well, I've been enjoying my time as always on the boat, been relaxing on the hammock, been sailing solo, and it's been beautiful. If you've got any comments or any questions about what it's like to live on a boat, what things you might need to know or do, what big things I've had to learn, any questions whatsoever, feel free to leave them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them in an upcoming video. Alright, cheers all, bye bye.
My old mum used to swear by thistledew. Smugger it then.